So Jexi is a new Adam Devine film that is about this AI that goes rogue and turns this guy's life upside down when he neglects her for a human being with a heart and soul. And so now we have a AI who is out of control, and basically instead of making this guy's life better, as she says, she makes his life a living hell. Now, I was really excited for this film because I like the trailers. I like what the premise that they were selling, and I love Adam Devine. I have a soft spot for him in my heart. I think he had one of the best films on Netflix when we first met. I really like The Righteous Gemstones and his parts in Modern Family, so I was really looking forward to this film. And I think the concept seemed a little bit out there. It seemed like a dollar version of her, and so I was really excited to check this film out. Now, I will say this: it's not the perfect film, and it's not the best film. I do think that it has its weaknesses and its strength, and most of the strength does come from the comedy that Adam and Rose Byrne as the AI provides, and I think they are a perfect pairing in this film. However, since this is a comedy film, the point of a comedy is to make you laugh for either the entire runtime or for some of it. Also have a good message in it. And I like what they go going for in this film. However, I think with a premise like this, it does seem like a SNL skit that is 80 minutes too long. And even though this is a comedy and there are some times that the comedy hits and other times that the comedy misses, it does seem to drag on when it just has this love story that is tacked on to this film that really it makes this film a rom-com that is paint by numbers, and you know exactly where this film is going to go. And I think that is one of the strongest weaknesses of this film. And there are some laugh out loud moments in this film. However, when those moments hit, there are other times when the comedy doesn't hit. And sometimes when that comedy moments don't hit, it's usually with the Wanda side characters in this film that is on screen for about 5 minutes. I think I think when she first shows up, I think she was great. I kind of wish they down her down a little bit, but I think most of the comedy that she provided in this film hit. I think Anna Devine did a good job in this film, but other times it feels like he doesn't even know what film he's in. And even though a lot of people will complain saying that he does play the same character in every single film that he does, in every TV show that he does, sometimes that's a good thing, other times it's not. But I think in this film it works. I think Rose Byrne did a really good job as playing Jexi, the AI that goes rogue. And I know a lot of people will think that Chips is a turning point for Michael Pena. However, I think I think this makes Michael Pena's performance in Chips feel like an Oscar-worthy performance, because I think most of the time in this film, his character is really cartoonish and it's really cheesy, and other times it's really obnoxious, and sometimes you wish that he was on screen a lot less and you want him to go away for the rest of the film, but they managed to bring him back. And the way that he delivers his comedy timing in this film is so dumb, and at most times it's really hard to watch because Michael Pena has shown that he can do comedy, but in this film it feels like he's just phoning it in, and it really doesn't give that comedy edge that you want from him. But the message in this film is a positive thing about how we're always on our phones a lot, and how if we don't take a moment to appreciate what we have around us, it's gonna be gone in a flash. And living the best life that you want, because in this film, Adam Devine plays a guy who went to college to be a journalist, but he's stuck doing articles about cats, and he wants to move up in the world. He wants to be a journalist, but he's having a hard time because he's not being taken seriously. And I think the messages in this film is to a certain degree, but it also feels like it's something that could have been better if the comedy and some of the writing was better in this film, because even though I did laugh a lot in some of the moments, sometimes I felt like could just walk out at any moment and I would not miss a beat and I would know exactly where this film was going to go. And that's one of the huge things that I wish this movie wouldn't have done. But overall, I had a fun time. I'm not going to say this is a perfect film because it's not, and it's decent enough to where you don't have to rush out and see it. You can just wait either on Netflix or on Hulu and you'll have a great time with it if you're high or drunk. But I think this movie could have been better. And even though this film does sell on a rogue AI, you don't get to see that till at least the last 30 minutes of this film, and I wish we could have gone a little bit more of that, because even though this film is about a guy whose iPhone goes rogue, you kind of don't get that. By the time that this film ends, you're kind of wishing you had a little bit more, because it does feel like a SNL skit that didn't make it on the air, because the premise of this film doesn't get acknowledged until the last 30 of the minutes of this film. This basically basically this film is a combination. It feels like they had the hook on it. They just couldn't find a way to at least make it really interesting and make this feel like her gone bad. And I wish they had done a lot more with that premise, but though I do wish that we had more of that premise throughout the whole film, I think this is a okay time at the movies and a good time at home, high, drunk, Netflix and chill. Who knows, whatever you're into, I think this is a solid, okay time. I'm going to go ahead and give Jexi a 5.5 out of 10. Like I said, some of the comedy hit, a lot of laugh out loud moments. I wish the premise was a lot stronger than it actually was. But if you enjoyed this film, go ahead and let me know down in the comments what you think of it. And if you like this review, go ahead and check out my other reviews as well. And until next time, this is Josie's Reviews.